School Freeware's Excel 2010 Tutorials, Tutorial 9, Absolute Reference Times Table. The workbook made within this tutorial can be downloaded for free at schoolfreeware.com. Once again, the shortcut keys for the absolute reference are as follows. For Windows, F4. For Mac, it's Command T. A new workbook has already been created. Under View, I'll change the page layout, and then under the Page Layout tab, the margin is set to normal, the orientation is set to portrait, and the size is set to letter. I'll click on Home, then highlight the columns A through M, and change the width so it's 52 pixels. From there, I'll highlight rows 1 through 13, and change the height so it's 70 pixels. Next, I'll zoom out, highlight, change the alignment to center, middle align, the font becomes font size 20, and within cell B1, put in the number 1, C1, put in the number 2, highlight both cells, autofill over, so I get 12 numbers. A2, put in the value of 1, A3, put in the value of 2, highlight both cells, autofill down. Now I'd like to multiply the cells so I can get the times table finished. So I'm going to go ahead and try this by using a standard calculation. Equal A2 times B1. That looks good. Still looks good. Autofill over. And we have a problem. Looks like Excel once again is incrementing those cells off of the cells I wish to calculate. So I wish to have 1 times 7, and that would give me, of course, 7. 2 times 6, of course, will give me 12. And it looks like this is not happening, even if I go ahead and try to autofill down. This is not correct. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and I'm going to try this again with absolute values. So equal, and I'll start with A2. Now I don't want the column to change, so I'm going to put $A2. You can also use F4 and cycle through. So I'll make sure that I have $A2, then multiply by B $1. I'll enter that in, autofill over. Now the numbers look a whole lot better, and I'll autofill these down. Zoom in a little bit, everything looks pretty good. 12 times 12, 144. 2 times 6 is 12. 1 times 7 is 7. Everything looks really good. So now what I like to do is format the cells. So here I'll just highlight row 1, and I'll change the color to olive green. I'll highlight column A up to cell 13, olive green. I'll box highlight the cells up to M13. Change this to light blue. I'm going to zoom out here. And what I like to do now is put in the squares. So I'll just control click on all the squared numbers in the times table, like so. And then I'll change the color so they are dark blue. That looks pretty good. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here towards the bottom. I have a little extra space here on row 14, so I'm just going to put in schoolfreeware.com, and I'll just highlight these cells here, and I'm going to merge and center. That looks pretty good. Go to File, Print. Now I see that we're just a little bit off center here within this times table, so what I'm going to do is go to Page Setup, and then under Margins we have center page horizontally and vertically. Check those two boxes, click OK, and now my times table is perfectly centered within the sheet, ready to be printed.